yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and go right into questions. Gonna do you first, 'cause I know you're never gonna stop. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, anyway,
Question over.
anyway.
I think it's over your head.
Just for giggles, do you ever get the feeling that you end up liking a character that you really should not like Eric Cartman? He is the most demented evil child in fiction.
Oh yeah, do I ever feel like I like a character I shouldn't like? Yeah, I love those characters. Like, I love the Daffy Ducks, I love the Professor Fates from Great Race and stuff like that. Like, I love those characters. Even ones I know, there are some I hate, even though I know I'm supposed to like, even though I know, like, I just started watching Breaking Bad. I really hate Walter White.
I love Scrappy-Doo. He actually fights the monsters, as opposed to everyone else just runs away. Oh no, this thing we were looking for is here, run!
Anyone else got a character that they like, but they probably shouldn't?
I really like the Nostalgia Critic.
Well played.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, yeah. Actually, I used to like really loathe the Nostalgia Critic. Like back in high school, I was like, man, who is this guy? He's just tearing movies apart that I actually kind of liked. And then, you know, after a while, it was like, oh, he's a character. Yeah. I was like, well, that's pretty cool.
This is actually the character right now. I'm just really good at.
Oh.
Okay. Let's see. Let's do nerd.
I have waited all weekend for that. For Brad and Doug, I asked you back 3 years ago about Leprechaun 2. It never happened. What's up with that?
Sharknado happened. That's what happened.
We got hit in the face by a bunch of sharks.
Yeah, I think because we couldn't, actually we were talking about doing Leprechaun, then Sharknado came out and Mike was like, you and Brad, you gotta do this movie. And I brought it to you, I'm like, it's kind of up to you. And he's like, Sharknado does have more material.
Yeah, because I've seen, it was between Sharknado and Leprechaun in space, and I've seen them both and was like, let's do Sharknado, it's an easier set.
So, we might get to it, we might get to one of those. I mean, it's like, there's a lot of people like the first one, so we'll see what happens. Yes, indeed. Let's see. Let's do crown there. White hair crown, yeah.
I'm high school.
Oh, cool.
I was just going to ask you, could you say taste the motherfucking rainbow?
Well, first of all, thank you. First of all, it's taste the rainbow, motherfucker. And that was both of us doing that, so we got to do it together. Right? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Taste the rainbow, motherfucker! Sure. Let's do lightsaber. Or right back. Sorry.
Question for Doug. During your IT review, did you actually get hammered?
Yeah, I really got hammered while filming the review, yeah, because I wanted the headache. No, I got hammered while watching the movie. No, it was apple juice. I was almost debating, like, would it be interesting to actually get drunk during a review, like, do it for real? I was like, no, I want to be funny. Like, intentionally funny. So, yeah, why don't you pick one?
We're here.
I'll go with the lightsaber, because that made a noise.
The world's loudest lightsaber. So, first of all, as said, Mr. Zabov, I'm a big fan of your work. My question for all of you is, I apologize, this is an obvious question. What's the strangest thing you've ever seen at a convention?
We probably go down the line with that one. JC, you start, because you've probably seen stranger stuff.
Doug.
Nice. Jory, how about you?
People thinking that Jason's famous.
Why is it so mean?
This is my first anime convention. First of all, you guys look awesome. The costumes are so great. I guess the weirdest thing is like a lot of butt cheeks I'm seeing.
I used to go to Chicago TARDIS all the time, and the very first one, Adric was there, so I'll say Adric.
It was at a rave, so, you know, already guess this is going somewhere. But it was like two Soras fighting each other with lightsabers. I was just like, oh,
that's awesome.
yeah, it's
Was
awesome.
that here last year?
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah, see? It's true.
I think mine was the strangest, but also the funniest, or coolest, I should say, was this one guy, he may be here, I don't know, who dressed up as, in my Jack Frost review, they had a doll of chained up Superman with Batman's head, and he came as that. I just thought that was so obscure, I loved it, so yeah.
Okay, Brian, do you want to tell him what that is? The half Superman Batman thing. That's a thing in comics. Remember?
Is
Is
it?
that from Public Enemies? Or, I don't.
Oh, for the love of God! It's a Silver Age thing, and now now the name of it is escaping me. It's a thing, Doug.
Okay, well, he came as it because he saw my review. That's what's most important. So, it's still weird.
Deposit Superman. That's it.
The weirdest thing I ever saw, I was at UConn, and it was at a university, and in the cafeteria there was Ask That Guy, the Nostalgia Critic, and the Bum all eating at the same table. And my wife was calling me, and I was like, I'm going to have to call you back. I think I'm in the Twilight Zone. I was staring at 3 versions of Doug simultaneously.
And none of them are Doug.
Yeah. And I hung up, and literally as I passed the table, they turned to me, and they're like, hey, do you know when Doug and Rob Walker are going to be here? I literally stared at these 3 guys, and like Bruce Wayne out of Tim Burton's Batman, I was just like, I'm not sure. And then walked off.
Okay, let me figure out how to say this. I was at a con one time and was in an elevator with, I can't say who this was, but it was a former child actor.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
It was a former child actor, Doug knows what I'm talking about, who... No, no one I knew personally, but in the elevator with former child actor, escort in one arm, Taco Bell in the other. The funniest thing was, he was really nice. He was really nice. He asked us about our day and stuff, and then just went off with his friend and his burritos.
Simultaneously weirdest and most annoying elevator party. I don't get the appeal of jumping up and down an elevator screaming elevator party over and over and over and over and over and over and over.
Dude, that's because it didn't involve hookers and Taco Bell.
The most unusual didn't even take place at a convention. It was at my house, and it was the time that my wife, Sandy, Doug's mother, for the first time saw him do a real gutsy NC. And she said, where did he learn those words? And I said, that was you, dear.
Hi, Mom. Brad, why don't you pick the next one?
Oh, okay.
It's good.
Are you reenacting the How I Quit My Job?
Oh man, he's doing Say Anything.
Put it in the mic. Put it in the mic.
Bring the mic up here. Thank you very much. It sucks, I know.
Ooh, Elvis.
Careful, the copyright strike.
Amazing if you forgot the question. All right, whatever. Take it all off. Go on.
My question for everybody down the line. What is your favorite voice impression or accent to do, and can we hear a sample of it?
I don't do any of that stuff, and I am terrible at it, so...
Not yet to do it.
There it was, right there. In English language, I'm terrible at it, so there you go.
Wonderful.
I'm actually Filipino. And so I do the accent really well, and it's the favorite thing that I always do, actually, with Jason especially. It's this Filipino comedian, and it's a skit he does with the Super Friends, and their maid is Filipino, and she has this really thick Filipino accent, and Aquaman comes in and he's like, "What the hell are you doing?" And she's like, "I'm sorry, Aquaman, I'm just cooking fish."
My favorite impression to do is Dorothy. Good Lord, critic, who wants to do a sexy Dorothy?
Well, my favorite impression, I regularly like to break into Mr. Burns. And for reasons I know and understand, my favorite accent to go into is Scottish.
Oh, well, as you might know, I'm a big fan of Sam and Max, so I can do either Max or I can go into Sam, and I can kind of push it up. Those two are my favorites. They're really difficult to just hop into, so it takes some considerable warming up, let alone switching between the two.
I think I loved in the Ernest Saves Christmas review, I loved doing that Santa Claus voice, just saying the worst things, just like, "Oh, what's up, bitches? I'll see you in my room later. Oh, yes. Someone left a cookie out for Santa."
I'd have to say my favorite impression to do is Jeff Goldblum, because sometimes he talks really, really fast, and sometimes he'll get down and mumble a little like this and talk about the imperfections in your skin. We'll take the water drop, and every time like this, it should be totally still. Next, and that, my friend, is chaos theory. Yes. And occasionally, I also like to do Christopher Walken.
Checkmate. Harrison Ford. Since I got to play Indiana Jones.
You betrayed Shiva! In hell! I have a number of voices I love doing, especially the Batman voice. I always love doing the most childish things with it. Alfred, he touched my cape! And of course, I always like to do the Harvest voice, which is a voice I stole from Widow Kuibo. That's to show off my Wavagers.
I thought that was Mayor Quimby.
No, that is John F. Kennedy, sir. I think you got that wrong there.
Unfortunately, any that I would do, these people have died before you were born.
Lewis, why don't you pick the next one?
Before we do.
Oh, yes.
Thank you very much.
Before that's beautiful, yeah. Before we do.
Last year you brought Oreos.
Convention last year, Little Creepo and I came up with the funniest sitcom ever. Christopher Walken and Jeff Goldblum doing mundane things together. Okay, they were yelling from this side, but I do not like people who, draw attention like that, so we're gonna go over, actually the ones behind you, I think there's a critic right there. Yeah.
Am I ever going to do another top 11 fuck-ups? They're not planned because, A, I really got sick of douchey. I think other people have too. But we have talked about, if we did, having, like, suicidal fans, just the guy who's just like, "I used to love you and now I don't know what you are. You used to be beautiful. Why aren't you just in front of the white wall? You were a beautiful prince then." So it's like, we've talked about maybe doing that, but we're just sort of like, it's like, would it get that many views? I mean, people do ask, but I think it's only like, just like the purists would really like it. So we might, you never know.
Have Tamara be the hyperactive fangirl who is.
Oh, that's not bad idea. That would be good. So, cool. Dad, why don't you pick the next one?
One that's got the sign holding up right over there. Yep.
Caps Book logo. Goes in the shell. Well, goes in the shell, never mind.
So,
I don't have glasses on.
My question for any of you guys, do you ever get recognized in public, and if so, is that really weird when it happens?
Only in a porno theater.
Hey, we start down the line, Jason.
Why is it always with me?
Okay, Brad, you start.
All right, I'll start. No one knew who I was, and I come to this convention, and everyone's go, "Hey, Barney," and I can't forget, and it's Malcolm. I wasn't aware that he had film in the camera when he was shooting all this stuff behind the scenes.
I am a raging egomaniac, so anytime I get recognized in public, I'm just like, yeah, that's me.
Dude, I just asked you what time it was.
No, the one time when it was ever kind of like, what? Was when I got recognized by like a 9-year-old kid from my video on E.T. the Porno. At least he's starting with the classics, I guess. Sure.
I don't know, the weirdest I ever had was at the Jewel Osco right next to us. And I'm like, crap, that's where I shop all the time. So it made me switch to the automatic checkout.
It's been happening more, I think, since I went on YouTube. I think that's brought in the audience even more. The funniest one I can think of is when we were at the old house, the one we used in Tivoli Flea. You know, every once in a while, once in a blue moon, somebody will find the house and knock and say, "Oh my God, it's you!" But the strangest one was somebody knocked, and it was this kid, and he had a cherry Coke slushie. He just said, "Hello, I'm that guy with the cherry Coke slushie. Here you go," and ran off.
Did you drink the slushie?
No!
I just want to say, too, that Doug does not live in the Totally Flea house anymore, so if you go there, some random person's going to be like, what the fuck? What is this Doug Walker cult?
Well, for me, it's always a surreal thing when I run into random people. And this one time, I used to work at a Walmart, and I'm just like scanning items, and they're like, you know, I'm just like, doot, doot, doot. They're like, "Hey, you're great." I'm like, "Why, thank you." You know, and it took me a minute to realize that, oh, you mean you recognize me from that guy with the glasses? Like, yes. I'm like, great. I'm like, oh, this is embarrassing. I need a day job. Yeah, but that was like probably the funniest experience I had.
I've only ever recognized at like conventions, and I don't mean just like conventions I'm invited to. Like if I'm at Wizard World just attending as a fan or C2E2, occasionally people come up and say, "Hey, I love the website and all that." The one time I got recognized in another setting was at a wrestling show. Now, for over 9 years, I was a ring announcer for one of the Illinois Feds. And the year after I left, I came back to their anniversary show, and I was just kind of talking to some of my friends there. And "Hey, aren't you the Last Angry Geek?" And it took me a minute to reconcile that the Last Angry Geek was also ring announcer Brian, which I'd been for 9 years. So, yeah, I am. So that's the only time it ever happened outside of the convention setting.
The best time was somebody I already knew. It was this guy that I had like a super mad crush on in high school, and he like never gave me the time of day. And then I randomly a couple months ago got an email from him. Was like, "Are you on thatguywiththeglasses.com? That's so cool." I was like, "Suck it, Brad."
I knew I should have asked her to prom.
Yeah, conventions, yes, people notice. The one time, though, it was the strangest time. It was the worst time because we were at Target, and it was in the middle of winter, and I was not feeling so well, so I had, I think I had my pajamas on at the time even, and I was just kind of like shuffling through Target, and this couple kind of was like in almost all the aisles we were in. I was starting to notice it was the same couple, and then eventually the guy's like, "You're the mom. You're the mom, right?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And it took Jason to remind me, "Yeah, she's from Suburban Nights." Oh God, it was strange.
Mine's a little complicated, and I'm not going to go into it really, but I'm adopted, and I just, like 2 years ago, met my birth mother, and I found out I had brothers, and one of my brothers apparently had been watching Doug for as long as Doug's been on there, and he's known about me this entire time, but didn't know we were related, so it was one of those really weird meetups, but it was pretty cool.
I'm glad you went last, because nobody could top that one. With that, so why don't you pick the next one, Jason?
You know what? I'm gonna go with tree trunks just because I dislike tree trunks.
Hi, Mr. Walker. You're such a sexy man. How sexy am I from apple to cherry?
How sexy are you, Tree Trunks? Let's just say I could do things with that trunks you don't want to know.
I don't know. It's kind of small. I mean,
No, stay back.
security. It shouldn't be turning me on, but it is.
You won't be getting that back.
Okay, just imagine you're just out here and you just see this coming at you. It's kind of scary.
Doug, he's going to take that back and swab it for DNA. We're going to have little ducklings running around.
Little tree ducklings, all right. Jory, why don't you pick the next one?
I want someone all the way in the back. Everybody gets in the back. Someone with a wristwatch all the way back there.
Anyone with a wristwatch.
Go ahead. Oh, you mean like an anniversary movie or something like that? If I was to do another one, Lewis is always pushing for like the horror mystery.
I wrote up a summary for a horror movie anniversary before they decided to not do them anymore.
So I mean, well, that one is kind of fun. I've always wanted to do something that kind of like what Evil Dead 2 did, where it's funny but it's also kind of scary too. So obviously, I wouldn't be against that.
I still say we should do a Holocaust drama. Finally get our Oscar.
I think we should do
They wouldn't be expecting it.
I always thought we should do it's a mad, mad, mad world where we break into teams and have to find a treasure or something.
What, you mean Suburban Nights?
Yeah, but funny.
We need the Three Stooges in it. Let's see. Tamara, why don't you pick the next one?
You.
Okay, yeah.
Random.
Thank you. My question would be, whatever happened to Ask That Guy with Glasses? Is that just not happening anymore?
What happened to Ask That Guy? The NCs take a lot longer to do. That's why you don't see as many video game confessions either and stuff. And the bum reviews are very quick and very easy, and it's commenting on the movie, so they always do well in views and stuff. We will do something like finishing him off or something. I mean, because it's just getting to it'll be like Mortal Kombat, finish him. We'll do something. We just haven't gotten around to it. That's one of those things always on the list, kill off, ask that guy, kill off, ask that guy. We never got around to it. So there'll be at least one more. We talked about doing maybe an ask that guy week, to sort of up to his finale. But we'll get to that. We'll definitely get to that. Brian, why don't you pick the next one?
It's your go.
Big fan of your work. This question's for Rob.
Hello.
Where'd you get the dinosaur hat, and what's up with it? Where'd that come from?
The dinosaur mask? That's Doug's.
So... Actually, what it is, my ex-girlfriend's brother had that hat, and I stole it. And I have no idea if he's aware that it's been used in bringing people joy for so many years. So
I could have explained that.
But actually, no. But he asked about the hat too. What is the story behind the hat? 'Cause you wore that hat for a while.
Oh, the blue. I just like fedoras, and yeah, it just started getting a little too ratty and old, so I just switched to this one. But yeah, and then I found I really like Pocky, which is why I got it right here. If anybody wants some, pass it down. And yeah, so I had a couple of Pocky buttons and stuff, and I just put it on. I don't know. I just was I need a costume, so that ended up being it for some reason. And now you're Hurrah Walker. Okay, let's have Malcolm. You pick the next one.
Oh yeah. Aaron.
I've got two things. One is that I've got something that
for Rob real quick?
Yes!
I gave you guys some yesterday.
Oh, nice.
Rob wasn't here yesterday.
Yes! More Lockheed! Lockheed
For Doug, what's your real thoughts on the loss of the motherfucking T-Rex?
Oh, you mean Jurassic Park 3?
Yeah.
I mean, my real thoughts, it's stupid. Why top the T-Rex? But my favorite is that everybody was just like, no, he really could destroy the T-Rex. No, he could. Yes, he could. No, he could. You know, and like, just all the comments were nothing about the whatever Saurus, you know, yeah.
Yeah, the whole comment section of the Jurassic Park 3 review was like some throwdown between pro T-Rex guys and pro, what was it, a Spinosaurus or some sort? Yeah, a Spinosaurus, and like this went on for like 7 pages, and then it was sort of like, Jack Horner's a hack, they really are considered for dinosaurs, let's kill them. I was just like, oh my god, this is the geekiest thing I've ever read on an MC thread ever.
So yeah, that's my thought. I'll say, I guess I'll pick the next one. Oh wait, we did someone over there, so let's do Kiki. I think has her hand up. Nah, fuck that shit. I stole it. He said it. I stole it from him. No, honestly, it's not swearing. It's language. And anything, you know, if you use the language right, is going to be funny. If you use it wrong, it's not going to be funny. You know, anyone can say, you know, fuck, 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 and you know, not gonna laugh. Well, he liked it, but
it's funny because it means fornication.
Yeah, I mean, like anything, it's where you put the emphasis. Like anything, it's where you put the emphasis on, when you use it, the timing of it. You know, it's just all about when you use it, not as much as, you know, the actual thing itself. So language, I think, is the main focus there. Rob, why don't you pick the next one?
Timing? Blue-haired dude. Yeah.
How dare you bring this travesty among us that is demo real? You should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, Brad. That April Fool's video, I don't know.
Remaking E.T. the porno, what the fuck?
I needed an excuse to have sex with that costume. So I wrote an episode of Demo
got to play the German. He sucks!
But seriously, though,
That wasn't serious? We're so used to hearing that, I mean.
you feel that way, but here's my real question.
Next question.
I was wondering, since you hate Shrek the Third, I was wondering if you were ever thinking about doing a review of it.
I don't know if I could get enough to, like, get a funny review of it. Comedies are tough to do because there's only so many times you can say that's not funny, that's not funny. They're just tougher, but we'll still, you know, we got like Master Disguise in there, we got like 8 Crazy Nights and stuff, which by the way, the director liked my review. He was like sharing stories with me and stuff like that. I'm like, no kidding. So, yeah, probably not. Comedies in general are just really, really tough to do.
Yeah.
But you never know. We'll see. Brad, why don't you pick the next one?
Not a demo reel.
I like demo reel.
Luigi.
I'm sorry.
Casper! Go get him, Luigi. Go get him. And he was never seen again.
Actually, the auditions for Channel Awesome are going to be a little later today.
Let's see. Lewis, why don't you pick the next one?
Oh, I have to pick someone now.
Wait. Did you actually have a question? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. What? No. Did you have a question?
Luigi also had a question. Did you see a friend that lost a crown because he lost a bad credit card?
I'm tired. I don't want to do it.
Stand up for your right.
But Bruce, why wouldn't Batman have a credit card? He's really rich.
Oh, the Jane hat back there.
Alright, this is for all of you. Who would win in a fight? A taco or a grilled cheese sandwich?
We all win.
Is the cheese on the taco melted? Oh, jeez. I go with the taco.
Is there anything on the grilled cheese sandwich aside from just the bread and the cheese and possibly butter?
Ham.
No. Yeah, no, the taco wins.
I'll have the soup.
That's a ham and cheese sandwich.
I think you're making Linkara hungry.
Well, though the taco might go down, it always gets its revenge in the end.
Oh, I get it.
It's funny because it's poop.
Is the taco being held by a former child star with an escort next to him? If so, the taco wins.
We all win.
Anyone else with a dumb joke? Okay. Let's see. Dan, why don't you pick the next one here?
Guy in the red fez, way in the back.
I have two questions. First of all, this is for all of you. What is the absolute worst movie that you have all ever seen, and why?
No dogs.
Here, start with Dad.
I just saw A Million Ways to Die in the West.
I was regretting thinking about seeing it.
No, none of you have heard of this unless you've watched Spoonie's videos. After last season. Let me put it to you this way. He did a riff of After Last Season, the full movie, and after I watched that, he then showed me Birdemic. Birdemic was the better movie. The camera moves in Birdemic. I know the characters' names in Birdemic. There's music in Birdemic.
I dare you to name one character's name from Birdemic. Rod. Well, I don't remember any of their names, so I can't tell if you're true.
After last season has 30 minutes of I can't even say it's someone's screensaver, but it's someone farting around in like Lightwave or 3D Studio Max, just like creating like a sphere shape, and then it splits, and then it splits back, and occasionally one of the characters says, "This means something."
This movie doesn't exist.
Yeah, it does.
Nuki. Nuki's still the worst movie I've ever sat through. It took me 2 days to get through it. I took a break halfway through, could not talk to anybody. I had to pace. I had to leave the house and just seriously think about what I'm doing with my life. And then I finished it the next day, and again, was in a shitty mood, and just took a 24-hour nap. It's a big E.T. ripoff. It makes Earth to Echo look like E.T.
Ours is pretty much the same. Anyone who knows it, say it on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Garbage Pail Kid.
Cinema snob movie.
And also, I have a question for you. Where am I fez while doing it?
Well, we haven't gotten through all the people.
I know.
Oh, he doesn't care about us.
Put the hat on, dude.
Last one is Malcolm.
B side of the table.
First, Doug.
I guess we're still.
I was wondering if you could do a nostalgia critic on parental guidance.
On parental? What, a movie?
Yes, the movie.
I've never seen it. I'll check it out, though.
It's terrible.
Okay, I'll trust you on that.
Also, do a nostalgia critic on Fred the movie.
I will do a nostalgia critic on whatever the hell I want.
I love how his hair is still.
Where the fez?
Yeah.
It's his device to control you.
So, yeah, but I will check that out. So, cool. Here, go ahead.
Yeah, the worst movie. It's just I Know Who Killed Me, but yeah, Lindsay Lohan. That movie was just like it wanted to have a twist, and it's like the twist is they're twins. I'm like, spoiler, dude. It's like. The twist is that she's a stripper who doesn't strip. Yes, that too. It was awful. Very bad.
Thank you very much for answering my question. To all of you.
Yeah, fuck you, last angry geek.
This question's over when we decide it's over.
No, really, I want to know. Keep going. I want to know.
Yeah, nobody wants my opinion. The worst movie I ever saw is Mark Wahlberg and Lou Diamond Phillips' The Big Hit. It's just the most boring, stupid, trying to be funny and wasn't funny, trying to have action, wasn't entertaining film I've ever seen. Just awful.
Same thing with parental guidance, pretty much.
Oh, now you're talking to me.
I don't know. I like everything. I always say, like, if I was a critic, I would just be like the happy critic because I like everything. But I guess I despise Halle Berry's Catwoman a lot. I think that's terrible.
And can you sing the My Little Pony thing like you did in
That's
one of the critics?
That's the different one.
You're
batting a million, guy.
That's the other girl.
That's Jory, obviously. Jory, sing the My Little Pony song. Come on, let's go. Yeah, la la la. We all know the song. What's your least favorite?
The Smurf song.
It was yeah, I love that. It was this weird indie film called Vapid Shallow Models Must Die, which sounds like it should be hilarious, but it was pretty much like this hideous, dirty-looking man just going, yeah, son, like half the movie. That's all it was. It was a lot of pausing and a lot of, again, wondering why I'm doing this to myself.
Jason?
Either Nights and Weekends, which got a strong Catholic woman to look at the main character and say, "Oh, a rope, kill yourself," or what was the other? Oh, Deadliest Gender. Don't bother looking for that ever. It is just rotten.
The movie or the actual Deadliest Gender? No. You don't know which gender I'm talking about. It's like, I'm offended anyway. Whoa. Sorry. Awesome. Sure. Let's do the, let's do female meat.
I really love Zod and Dominic alive, and I was wondering...
yes, there is slash fiction of them.
I was wondering if Zod could possibly come back, or if there is a Dominic thing. And also, I do have a question for everybody else, too.
Okay, with Zod and Dominic, Zod will come back in. So we've been talking about, we don't know how yet, but somehow doing the Zod versus Zod, like the Man of Steel Zod versus the old Zod, because he did such a good Michael Shannon. The only real Zod here. And with Dominic, it's not the same thing with the Ask That Guy. It's just like, I like doing them. They're time consuming, so it's like, but I do put them on the DVDs. There's new ones on there, so if I get time, I'll definitely get to those. And what's the other question?
The other question is, what is the most hyperactive thing you had to do for a review? Like,
the most
energetic thing you had to do?
I'm trying to think. I want to say, okay, I guess one of the toughest ones to do was when, the Michael Bay... Actually, they're both Michael Bay rants, I just realized. The Transformers 4 one took a few times to get that in one go. Yeah, actually, the haunting was pretty crazy. But the one that was like, man, I gotta get this right. I want to say like 10 times until it sounded right, was the Pearl Harbor one. Yeah, no, that was definitely one where it's like, I mean, you see my face red and I'm like pouring sweat. That's because that was the last take, and that was like take 10.
I gotta be honest, I was really worried about you. When
But that just makes it funnier. Let's see, let's do kid in the red shirt. Stand up there. Go for it.
What is a movie like Tom and Jerry the movie? Like, what is a movie that ruined your childhood?
A movie that ruined my childhood. Probably Super Mario Bros. No, because okay, because like a lot of you guys like saw it later. It's like, oh, it's so stupid, haha. No, like when the previews came out, this looked like the new Batman. Like we gave Mario Brothers like dark, gritty, testosterone-filled pre-Michael Bay. Oh my God, you're gonna love this, and it was just so bad. And yeah, it just that one really pissed me off because I was so hyped to see that movie. I bought all the bullshit they were throwing at me.
Mario, and Luigi Mario.
Yeah. All the song.
Hey, you know what's fun? You got to consider Land of the Dead as a sequel to Super Mario Brothers.
I'd say Neverending Story 3, because as a kid, I really loved Neverending Story. When I saw that, I like just cried. I cried hard for a while.
Get your motor running. Anyone else have a movie that like just ruined their childhood?
Star Trek Nemesis. I wouldn't say it ruined my childhood, but I was super hyped for it because I was like, yeah, we're gonna get Star Trek back, we got the Next Generation cast back, it's gonna be dark and awesome, and like, no, bad, no.
If we're doing that, actually, I will say the last like 20 minutes of Into Darkness just killed it for me.
Brad, surely something destroyed your childhood.
Destroyed? No, but like the first. Honestly, my answer is the same as yours. The first movie that I could really think of not liking.
Yeah, it's like the first movie I did not like.
Yeah, was probably that, or maybe even whichever came first. Maybe even Neverending Story 2, because I remember seeing that in the theater and falling asleep.
So did I.
Yeah. Those are the earliest ones I can think of.
Let's see, keep it on.
Dragon Ball Evolution.
Oh, come on, it's hard to say that ruined your childhood when nobody thought it was gonna be good.
Well, I mean, it did. I mean, I still went and saw it, and why? Morbid curiosity, people. You know, I don't know. I was trying to be optimistic, but man, yeah, it hurts. It hurt me, like, right.
Optimistic? You're the devil.
Yes, I made that movie actually.
After playing it.
For years, I'd heard of this legendary film that featured the first appearance of one of my favorite badass characters, Boba Fett. And when I finally saw this so-called holiday special, I crawled into my room, pulled a blanket over my head, and didn't come out for 3 days.
I don't really have one. I remember going and seeing Star Wars Episode 1 with my family. I know that my dad hated it, so I pretended to hate it, but I think I really liked it, actually.
Wait. Hey, I got one, Tamara. You say Princess Diaries 2.
Oh, that was shit.
Yeah, I don't have one either. I was a pretty oblivious kid for a very long time, and I don't even remember anything. I just remember my childhood going, yay, that's so great, to everything. I don't.
Yeah, I can't really think of anything offhand, honestly, no. I was happy.
But you're no fun.
You're a real boon to these panels, Jason.
How did you come up with the idea of
Spiders. No, I remember with. Yeah, we would just quote that back and forth because we love the bad guy from Lost in Space.
Movie is so ridiculous, and we nearly walked out of that movie, and we saw it for free because of him. And like back in '98, and we just kept quoting it because we thought it was just so ridiculous the way he would just move around and talk about Spider, a master race of Spider. See, the bite had a few effects. Yes.
And now that joke has been immortalized in Kick-Ass, and nobody knows the context.
Yeah, I love that though. So cool. Thank you so much, man. Let's see. Let's do Where's Walt? Duh.
What's your favorite view of the newer ones, like after the hiatus?
The newest review, it was originally the Lorax because I really liked that one, but now it might be a toss-up between that and, God, watching Last Airbender again, that is a good one. I think I like that one because even though it's such a terrible movie and I like the review, it still brings back good memories of watching that show because that is my favorite show, and just thinking about going to that show is the coolest thing. Let's see, who else we got here? Let's do, Mini-Me.
When are you gonna review The Happening, and when are you gonna review Troll 2?
The Happening.
No.
I don't think I'm gonna do either Happening or Troll 2 because it's both of them. Everything that can be said about it has been said about it. I can't.
Troll 3.
Which one? There are 2 Troll 3s.
Let's go to the flow chart.
Wouldn't that be a Troll 6 if there's 2 Troll 3s?
It's a trology. I'll see the one with an actual troll in it. But no, I try not to do a review unless I have something new I can bring to it that everyone else hasn't said. Yeah, maybe Lady in the Water.
That was pretty ridiculous.
Yeah. I'm sure.
Benzai's gonna get pissed off if you do that.
I'm sure there'll be another Shyamalan. Don't worry. So yeah, let's see. I just looked whatever that plane thing is right there, or half a shield. I don't know what that is, but like
that is a dual disc. Oh my God, Doug.
Yeah, whatever. Ask the question.
What would you say are like some of the reviews that you love to do, just you don't think there's a possibility?
A review I like to do but can't do?
Like, just not enough material, or there's just too much to talk about.
Oh, there's too much to tie? Oh, that never happens. The Man of Steel review was like 50 minutes, so yeah, for me it doesn't exist.
Which one would I like to do? But what's
but can't for some reason.
But can't for some. Really nothing now. There was a couple of years ago. I sat down to watch a movie called Hitler's Harlot. The title was the most entertaining thing about it. All it was just a group of Nazis having sex in front of a Nazi flag. That was it. There was really nothing to say about it. But then I told that story a few times at a couple of panels, and eventually it was like, you know what, all right, why don't I just do this? And sure I did, and it was only like a 10-minute episode because there was nothing to say.
I would love to review anything by Garth Ennis, particular Preacher or The Boys, but I know that the instant I did, this huge wave of Garth Ennis fans would descend upon me and say, you just don't get it, you just don't understand the greatness, and yeah, I really need to understand the complexities of a hillbilly having sex with a chicken. Or a guy having the voice of God and then some pissed off guy killing God with guns. It's critically acclaimed, it's great stuff. I tried to read the first trade, I didn't like it, and The Boys is just, haha, we're having superheroes have sex with each other. I'm so mature, look at how original I am!
Let's do one over here. Young lady in the front row there to the right.
What are your thoughts on like the current popular movies like The Hunger Games or The Fault in Our Stars or movies like those or Frozen? Like those ones, like the popular ones.
Just popular movies?
Yeah. Are they really that good?
Okay, well, I mean, as I said it, one of these days I'm going to do an editorial on this. There was a dark age of summer movies, and I want to say, I mean, don't quote me the exact, but I want to say it was like, started with Batman and Robin, and sort of went up to maybe Godzilla-ish, or like, or maybe Armageddon or something.
Roland Emmerich Godzilla.
Yeah, the Roland Emmerich Godzilla, obviously. That these films were just like, it was just expected for about 3 or 4 years that summer movies were just gonna suck. You just accepted it. You were gonna get no good movies. And then somewhere they started trying again, or like they got sick of the disaster film era, pretty much, when there was nothing but disaster films.
Volcano!
Yeah, and you had 2 of everything. You had like 2 alien movies, you had 2 volcano movies, you had 2 asteroid movies. That's how, I mean, everyone's like, we're out of ideas. It's like, no, we were really out of ideas then.
None of them good, either.
Yeah, so I think that films now, I mean, you'll get a dud, you'll get a Transformers 4 here and there, but honestly, it's like, I like movies now, especially animated films, are getting so much credit, and there's so much good writing, and there's so much effort, and there's so much, artistry and beauty to them. I really dig them.
You didn't go see Legends of Oz Dorothy.
Most of how dare you rip apart that masterpiece, sir? So, anyone else any thoughts on recent movies?
I don't have a thought, but your mother's blinding me with her camera.
Mother!
The prop. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I mean, I think a lot of movies coming out, just like Doug said, they're a lot more refreshing now, and a lot of them are pretty decent adaptations. I didn't really care for the first Hunger Games, but the second one was all right. I enjoyed it significantly more than the first, that's for sure. And I mean, Philip Seymour Hoffman, he was awesome. But
I had to watch the first Hunger Games because I was comparing it to a comic I was reviewing, Avengers Arena, and yeah. But, I mean, good holographic dogs? What the fuck? No, I did not read the young adult books aimed at girls. Sorry.
Tamara, I'm sorry. It was stupid in the books, too, and I did read the books, okay? Hey, you guys have any thoughts?
Yeah, like, I like the Hunger Games movies. Aside from that, though, I'm at the movie theater every week. Me and my group, we see really good movies, mediocre ones, and ones that are just garbage. And when
you
you
said
really,
Jake to those.
no, I'm at him with them too. When you go see everything like that, when you see the Legends of Oz, when you see the Think Like a Man 2s, when you see the Tyler Perry Single Moms Club, your standards kind of switch in a way that when you see something that's kind of just mediocre, you're like, this is all right. It's not directed by Tyler Perry. So yeah, I go see Transformers 4, and I'm like, there's a robot riding a Dinobot on a wave of explosions. All right. It doesn't have Medea in it, so.
Let me tell you something there, Optimus Prime!
It might be a little out of the nostalgia critic realm, but if you do Medea, we got.
Oh no, we don't. We got.
I'll bring proper sass to that review. We got 5 minutes. I don't really watch movies as much anymore. Same for TV, and it's becoming more of a problem because there are more and more superhero movies coming out. So everybody's asking me, "What do you think of Amazing Spider-Man 2? What do you think of X-Men stuff?" I don't watch them. I didn't care to. I saw Spider-Man 2 when Sam Raimi directed it.
What are the odds they'd ask the comic book guy about the comic book?
Here's the thing.
Do a vlog. That's what I do.
Here's the thing. Unless it's like an indie movie, they're not comic book movies. They're superhero movies because they're not adapting the comic books. They're adapting the hero.
Hey, you need any help getting down from that pedestal?
Let's see. To the guy standing up in the back there. Yeah.
With Lee Carter's last comment, are you ever going to do those direct to DC movies, direct to Marvel movies?
Oh, you mean the direct-to-DVD stuff?
Yeah, the animated stuff.
I've done a few, not very many. Mostly because it's mostly my brother who pushes me to watch those because he watches all of them. He's like, "Louis, you gotta do a vlog with me on this." Just do it yourself. No, you actually have views. But yeah, we did one for Under the Red Hood, which was an actual adaptation of a Batman storyline. They're doing more of those, which are adaptations. The problem being they're doing all the stupid ones.
Flashpoint.
And you know why they did Flashpoint, right? They did it basically to
reboot the DC animated universe.
No. It's more just to say it's staying around where you're not going to get rid of it, except the New 52. Accept it. Even though it's been 3 years, we're still calling it New 52.
He kind of knew 52. See, do the young lady in the...
used 52.
Do the young lady in the pink wig there. Favorite bad actors make fun. Oh my God! You go first. I got it. Oh my God! Bad actors to make fun of. Well, you're big on William Hurt, though I'm mostly indifferent. Nicolas Cage is great. I would not have you bad about Nicolas Cage on President. Actually, John Travolta in Face Off was really good too. It's the way he just puts the accent on every single word. Spelling your name. Yeah, we're learning to spell your name. God, bad actors be bad. I know. This is tough. Yeah, you know what? See, here's the thing. The really fun bad actors are also they're so bad they're kind of good. They're at least entertaining, and that's like Christopher Walken. Yeah, like Christopher Walken.
Wow.
Dennis Hopper in Super Mario. Yeah, Dennis Hopper. Tim Curry is great. Curry's bad. Yeah. Awesome. I mean, they're just voices that's like you love to imitate. No, the diamonds are real. The diamonds are real. No. I mean, it's just they're so much fun to watch. It's like you almost can't call them bad. Arnold is fun, So yeah,
you want to have a fun time with Arnold Schwarzenegger? Listen to his commentaries on some of his movies, like the Total Recall commentary. He just repeats everything that's on screen. And at this point, I am pulling out the eyeball from the thing from on my nose. Oh my God! Look at that! Isn't that so gross? Now I'm a bald woman.
Yeah, Stallone, we got that too. So yeah, I think we got time for one more question here. Let's see. The guy in the green shirt who just went like that. Guy standing up there.
I have the camera.
Now, the before I ask my question, I want to say that.
You know, we're kind of short on time. We better just get to the question.
Wait. There's something I need to say.
Real quickly, though.
One of the worst letdowns of anime cons is the budgeting issues when it comes to buying stuff. But I'm pretty sure when I want to, I could buy anything I want with a bad credit card.
I did that joke over there.
Where were you, man? Come on.
Shit, better shout to the rehearsals. Okay. All right, cool. Guys, we got to wrap up here. If you didn't get a question answered, come. We're going to be in the dealer's room. We're going straight there. You can get print signed autograph. Thank you so much. Take care.